We pull no punches. Press the button, subscribe.
Fight fans, welcome on this fine Sunday morning after the big unification fight, Usyk versus Fury 2. Don't adjust your sets or anything like that. The roles have been reversed here. Today, I'm interviewing Steve Spevak of STBX Boxing. And it's unusual to be having it this way around, but how are you doing, Steve?
Yeah, I'm great. Not slightly hungover at all. I'm okay. Had a coffee. I'm ready to go. And it is a bit strange, role reversal as well. You interviewing me, but it's all good.
No, it's great to have you on, man. Like I say, it makes a change, but we'll get going on it. But as regards the coffee, I've got mine right here, but no hangover or anything like that. I was all fresh, ready for the boxing yesterday, so
same.
We're all feeling good.
Pace myself.
Yeah, best way. Well, the first fight I want to pick up on, I want to, on this show, talk about the major talking points. The first one I think we need to look at, very controversial in a lot of people's eyes, Dave Allen and Johnny Fisher. On the fight poster, Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen. Yeah. Obviously, we know what happened. Johnny Fisher got the verdict on a split decision. 95-94 Fisher, 96-93 Allen, 95-94 Fisher. What was your take on this one, Steve?
I'm a Johnny Fisher fan, but no way he should have won that. Dave Allen won that at least by a couple of rounds. It's disgraceful. It really is when you hear decisions like this. Obviously, Fisher is the ticket seller. He's a matchroom fighter. Obviously, Dave Allen is the other way. I just thought it was a terrible decision. It really was. Fisher was very, very lucky. If he won that, it was by the skin of his teeth. But I don't think he won that fight.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I thought the way the fight started, that it was the fight, the way, the first 4 rounds that I thought the fight would go. I thought Johnny Fisher was controlling things. I was beginning to question sort of Dave Allen's ambition a little bit because he wasn't throwing a lot. But the one thing I did notice in the first 4 rounds is when Dave Allen had a bit of a go and used his jab, he was landing effectively with that jab. And I thought if he could just capitalise on that a little bit, he's got a chance. And then round 5 come, and he did. He landed a clubbing left hand. Yeah, small flurry of punches. Johnny Fisher went down, and for me, he just didn't recover.
His legs were gone. Yeah, his legs were gone. He was
for several rounds.
I thought any minute now, Allen will finish the fight, and it's a shame Allen didn't try and step up and finish the fight because obviously it would have went to the cards and had that wrong decision. But career performance, fair play by Allen. I think he deserves some sort of rematch or another big fight after this.
Yeah, once again, I think everybody would agree with you. He definitely deserves a rematch. I mean, when we went to the scorecards and I heard the decision, like you, like everybody else, I thought it was the wrong scores. I think Dave Allen won it probably by a round for me. Nothing major more than that. Because of the first 4 rounds in a 10-round fight, he definitely gave away. And I know we had the 10-8 round, but I do think Johnny Fisher did win another round after that, at least. But Dave Allen should have got the nod for me. But the only thing I want to say is people are calling it a robbery, and I get why they're calling it a robbery. But for me, sometimes when you shout robbery is when you have a 3 or 4 round deficit and they give it the other way. Like, I just don't. Is it in your eyes a robbery when a fight is sort of close-ish and they give it a split decision? For me, they've been more of a robbery if they'd have just said a shutout to Johnny Fisher type. You know,
it could have been worse. Could have been worse. That's the way to look at it. But I'm sure Allen will be looking back this morning and thinking, "Damn, I should have just stepped up. Could have stopped him, and he should have stopped him, and we wouldn't be talking about the discussion on the cards on the judges there." So I'm sure he'd be a bit disappointed as well. Although he put in a great performance, And
Yeah.
Johnny Fisher must reflect on that and maybe go back to the drawing board. We all thought Fisher was going to come in and blast Allen away. Maybe he needs to step back and reassess sort of what the level of opponents he's looking to fight.
Yeah, he was exposed really, Johnny Fisher, last night. He's sort of, his chin was checked. He didn't take it well. I mean, Dave Allen, he's a solid enough puncher. He didn't like the rough and toughness of that fight at all, which when Dave Allen stepped on it, he did.
Yeah.
He did give, Fisher a hell of a time in that fight. And it was nice to see that Dave Allen still showed that he had something left when he had a go.
Yeah.
Going forward, I would expect a rematch of that fight. Dave Allen will get another big payday for it, possibly on another Saudi card again. Let's see. They might think, well, it's not worth risking Fisher again in that. We'll step him back a little bit. Time will tell. But we'll move on to the next fight. And it was Moses Itauma versus Dempsey McKean. Not really that much to say about this apart from Steve. I thought, what a statement he made. I mean, when you look down the line, they were talking about Moses Itauma versus Johnny Fisher. There's just no comparison, is there?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to. I don't think Fisher would want to be anywhere near this fight after that performance. The kid's 19 years old.
I know.
He blew out McKean, who, if you remember, not long ago tested Hrgovic. So you got to look back on that. What a talent for 19. Absolutely. He is one hot prospect in the heavyweight division, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he come out straight away, big, massive left hand. He's down Dempsey McKean. And then Moses Itauma, the one thing you can say about him is a heavyweight. You can say lots of things about him, but his power and his destruction and his killer instinct he's got. As soon as he had Dempsey McKean hurt, he got up straight away, finished him again with an absolutely pulsating, I think it was another left hand. Dempsey McKean, fair play to him, tried to get up, tried to recover, gets back to his feet. No way was he having that. I think the towel coming as well. But it's frightening to think this kid's 19 and for what he's showing, like the killer instinct, the skills, just to be able to do that to Dempsey McKean, like you say, who'd been in 12 rounds with Filip Hrgovic, got stopped in that 12th round.
Yeah.
And Hrgovic had been in with the likes of Daniel Dubois and, fighters like that. You just think this is madness to think at 19,
Absolutely.
Itauma.
Yeah.
He's just go on, Steve.
I was going to say just one thing. Maybe, I know he's 19. Let's not get carried away with that, but hope they pick the right fights for him at the right pace. I don't think there's any reason to hurry him, go for like Mike Tyson, youngest heavyweight champion. Let's not put that pressure on him. He seems quite level-headed in interviews I've seen anyway. So I hope that pressure, that they don't put it too much on him.
I mean, going forward, this is what I like to do, analyse the fight, see what we think could be next. I think something like I think he's capable of going in with a Joe Joyce or something like that next, don't you?
Really?
Domestic even.
Wow.
Yeah, I do. Don't you?
That's. I know Joyce maybe be a bit on the slide, but it certainly is a step up in fights. So it'd be interesting to see who they pick and when they go out again next. I'm assuming it'd be early next year because obviously it's only one rounder. This one, I'm sure he'd be keen to go again after Christmas, enjoy Christmas, and then get back into training camp straight away. Yeah,
I'd also agree. You'd be like, I'm probably getting a bit carried away, but I'm really excited for him for the future. But I agree, we have got to keep level-headed with him because we've done it with so many of our fighters in the past. And then we step them up and they come unstuck and we're all going, oh, what's happening here? So agree with you on that. I mean,
but you got Frank Warren. He knows what he's doing. So well,
he's definitely moved plenty of heavyweights in the right direction now and in the past, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. He's the right person to have behind him. Definitely.
Well, what we'll do now is we'll come to the big one, the unified heavyweight championship fight.
Yeah, talking of Frank Warren.
yeah. Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2. Simply such a high skilled, brilliant fight for me. And to keep it short and sweet, I'll get your opinion now. I thought the right man won I had Usyk by 2 rounds. I actually scored the fight watching it live. I'll have to go back and rewatch it again just to see whether I did like I do with a lot of the big fights. I thought Usyk won by 2 rounds. I've seen a lot of people's different opinions,
Yeah.
whether you're some Fury fanboys or whatever, but and obviously back in the Brit. It's quite a mixed bag for me for what I've seen on social media and friends and that have messaged me and that.
Yeah.
First of all, did you have Usyk winning?
I did. At the time, I only had it by 1 round. Obviously, I had a few beers, and I did rewatch it this morning, and it's probably more like 2 or 3 to Usyk for me.
Oh, really?
After rewatching it this morning, obviously had the beer goggles on. What we had last night, brilliant. Fury was serious. You didn't see any of the showboating. Took it, straight on. But for me, the only clear rounds I could see Fury actually winning were probably 4 and 5, just clear rounds, maybe round 1. So in order to win and take that belt, you need more clearer rounds. And some of the rounds were so tight, so hard to score, if you ask me. 116, 112 on all 3 judges' cards. How can you argue with that? But they were ringside, so I know some looked at the scorecards this morning, and some of them, the different round scoring, obviously Frank weren't too happy with that, nor was Tyson Fury, really. So it was a close fight, though.
Yeah, it definitely was. A lot of the rounds for me were nip and tuck. They were very hard to score. Lots of close rounds where you could have gone either way. I think Fury was better this fight, but I think Usyk was better again. They both stepped up again. They both matched up. But for me, I just thought Usyk slightly had the better work, and I thought that he caught Tyson Fury more with the better shots as well. Yeah. And I just think that he had the slight edge in that department, where if he had a poorer round rather, he'd come out next round. Like I said in my preview show before with Rob Shrew, he come out and put that last round right again, and he's got such a knack of doing that, hasn't he?
Absolutely. If he know he was struggling from a round, he'd step up the pace, put more in. Last 30 seconds, put them punches through of the round. I said in my preview video as well, I said I think Usyk's got Fury's number. And I was a clear indication. I think he really has. He knows how to work Fury. He knows how to beat Fury, regardless of how scrappy or the way he does it. He will get that win. He's just got his number. Simple as that.
And he had Anthony Joshua's number as well. And I think he'll go I mean, we'll see what he decides to do now. I think he'll go undefeated and retire. I mean, I've got the punch stats in front of me here, which someone released last night. I think it was ESPN. Well, I don't know if you saw these. The punch stats are out. 423 thrown for Usyk, landed 179. Thrown 509 Tyson Fury, landed 144. So the percentage-wise, 42% landed Usyk, 28% landed Tyson Fury. Yeah. I mean, if you're not watching the fight and you just look at that alone, obviously you will just straight away have the opinion, well, Usyk's won, looking at those punch stats. It doesn't always work like that, but the cleaner work for me, and just slightly that bit better. And I don't think there can be any arguments with that. Like I've said, there's a lot of people saying, I thought Fury won, but he's beaten twice now. We go forward and we see what's next. But I just want to pick up on the scorecards of 116, 112 times 3. I don't agree with them. I think them scorecards are too wide. And when they read out unanimous decision, I was shocked. Yeah. And I was sitting there thinking, for the trilogy fight, are they going to give it Tyson Fury? Do you agree? Was you thinking the same?
No.
Wasn't you?
I definitely think Usyk nicked it. I said at the time I thought it was close. I thought it was perhaps maybe 1 round. Rewatched it this morning. I think he won at least 2 or 3 of them rounds. I don't know if you picked up on another stat, but the AI judge.
I was going to bring it up.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw it this morning and it didn't make me laugh. he even scored it wider. So the AI judge scored it 118, 112 to Usyk. So there you go. Can you argue with AI? I don't know. So
well, I've got that in front of me here. Now, the AI stats had Usyk rounds. I mean, he had obviously had rounds before, but he had straight Usyk's rounds 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and a draw the last round. But I don't know if you've seen it in the press conference after the fight. Tyson Fury basically said, stop the computers, get the humans back in, and he said, and sack electric cars off as well.
Well, might as well. Yeah.
But well, you can imagine the words he's used. I'm not going to say them on this.
Yeah.
But that was a trial. Obviously, it didn't affect the results of the fight. But when I look at that, I just think, please, let's not go down that route if that's how it's going to be. I mean,
well, I'm not be bad. Human judges get it wrong at the best of times. If you want to leave it in the hands of AI, then hope that ain't the future of boxing. So
I know, I completely agree. I just hope not, especially when that was the trial and that's the first trial. I'm just like, no, let's leave that alone. Yeah. So overall, we both agree. We thought Usyk was the deserved winner. For me, 116, 112 times 3 is the wrong scores. It's closer than that. That effectively is 8-4 to Usyk. Tyson Fury won more than 4 rounds for me, but I just don't agree with them cards. But the right man won.
Tight rounds. They're tight rounds, hard to score rounds. So
Yeah. But at least we agree on the right man won. I mean, there's going to be lots of social media talk today. People talking amongst friends with Christmas drinks in the pub and everything, and they're all going to be talking and all have their opinions.
Yeah, everyone. And you got to welcome Tyson Fury to the AJ Club as well now. So
yeah, definitely.
Twice done by Usyk. So
yeah. Well, that's what I'm coming to now. The last part of the show here. I was going to say, first of all, what do you see for Tyson Fury next? Do you think it'll be an AJ fight at Wembley Stadium?
I think that is the obvious answer. Next summer, if he's not going to retire, it's the only fight. They're both coming on the back end of the losses, but they can still make one last payday, both of them, and retire and both go off in the sunset all happily.
Yeah.
I think that's the obvious thing for both fighters. It'd be hell of a payday. Ultimately, they're never gonna really be back at world level. Title again, maybe. I don't know. Fury, maybe, but to be honest with you, he talks about chasing money. This is the money fight, so it makes sense.
It makes sense because obviously, not that it's the great ideal situation to have, but it would still sell. Both of them would be going into that fight on the back of a loss, so it's not the ideal selling point.
No. But
it will sell for the names they are, and people will have the opinion of, with the losses they've had, even though like AJ's Dubois, Fury was Usyk, which Usyk, which will come on to Dubois in a minute, Usyk's, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you look at it and think, well, AJ lost to Dubois, Tyson Fury lost to Usyk. They're both losers, but did Fury lose to the better opponent in Usyk?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I've got to take this away from Usyk. There's no shame in it. The guy is class.
He's unreal. He's class.
Cemented his history in the Hall of Fame of heavyweights, from cruiser to heavy. That's amazing. The guy's talent to beat Fury twice now. Who again, Fury by no means awesome boxer, but you can't take that away from Usyk. He is a special talent.
Yeah, I agree. Massive credit to Usyk. What a super, super boxer he is. The skill in that fight was sublime. Tyson Fury played his part again. Agree. Usyk is just his ring craft, the way he moves around the ring, he works the angles, his footwork, everything about him. He's just superb. Like I said, he'll have a bad round. He'll come out and put that bad round behind him and snatch the next one.
Yeah, but there's absolutely no shame in losing against Usyk at all.
Totally agree. Yep, spot on with that. I mean, we're talking about what Fury's doing next. We'll come on to Usyk now.
Yeah.
What he does next. What I want to pick up on is what I think he might like. Daniel Dubois gets in the ring, starts playing his WWE part about, I want Usyk next. Well, for me, that was bad taste, the way he done that. And Daniel Dubois, what are you doing when you are fighting Joseph Parker in February? Does he think Joseph Parker is going to be a walk in the park?
I thought it was bizarre, Darren. When I saw him come in the ring, you should be focusing on Parker. Why go in the ring and offer Usyk, who's just fought 12 hard rounds with Fury, and say, I want you next? No. Concentrate on the Parker fight. I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what got into his head there. Crazy. If I was Parker, I'd be laughing.
Yeah, I agree. It was a bad taste the way he done it. It surprised me for Daniel Dubois because he's not usually like that, and we like to see he's changed the way he's become more confident in that. But I don't think he should have done that. And he's fighting Joseph Parker next.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph Parker is not a walk in the park. That is a 50-50 fight in my eyes, and I think potentially I'd probably be edging my bets towards a Joseph Parker win as regards to points, which it's not a walk in the park. And Dubois just forgetting that fight and saying, Usyk, I want you next. I
thought it was absolutely bizarre. It's almost dismissed the Parker fight, assuming that's a win. Maybe the AJ fight's gone to his head.
Something, yes, it did change. I like Dubois.
Yeah.
He's really improved massively. I'm taking nothing away from him from what he's achieved. And I think Dubois Usyk is a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, Usyk still beats him. I just think he's got too much skill for Daniel Dubois' style. But it's a really, really good fight. Love to see it again. And I think that's probably Usyk will take a while out now. I mean, he's been talking about going back down to cruiserweight. Maybe he'll have one more at heavyweight and try and get the other belt, the IBF, back off Daniel Dubois. I mean, that's the ideal thing if he's going to do it at heavyweight to stick around for.
Yeah, you got to remember now, Usyk's 37 now. He spoke about his young daughter. He's earned a load of money from this fight. He may be thinking he's back of his mind. Does he need boxing anymore? That would be me. Yeah, maybe one last fight, but I can see him calling it a day pretty soon.
Yeah. And on that note, Steve, I think that's the perfect way to wrap things up the morning after the big fight.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to have you on, mate. And I'm going to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas as well.
Same to everyone out there as well. Happy Christmas.
Yeah, all the viewers, everything. And thanks to everyone so far this year that have liked anything on my channel, commented, all the subscribers. More subscribers would be much appreciated. And it's great to have had Steve on. Make sure you follow him on Twitter, which is now X. Steve Spevak, and his show on YouTube, STBX Boxing, brilliant show.
Thank you.
That I go on a monthly review show with him to do as well, and I'm always a privilege being on. Does some great content on there, get some brilliant guests on. So make sure everyone follows. And I was going to say your ex-followers, Steve. I think you got about 9,000 more followers than me, haven't you?
Yeah, it's all right. I think they only tune in for the beers and snacks, to be honest with you. So
them photos are definitely worth sticking around for on a Saturday morning, because I always have an analyse of them and see what beers and snacks you've got in.
Yeah, better than my boxing knowledge, I think.
Yeah. So make sure everyone you follow Steve's YouTube show, STBX Boxing.
Thank you.
The roles have been reversed today, Steve, but it's been a brilliant show.
Yeah, pleasure.
Thanks for coming on. Merry Christmas again to everybody. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Everything is appreciated. All the feedback, I always make sure I get back to everybody. Thanks again. Merry Christmas, and I'm glad everyone enjoyed Fight Night. Thank you.